question for you. How many keys are on your key ring? Now, keep that in mind as I go throughout the video. So yesterday was the Feast of St. Peter and Paul, and I went to Mass, and during the homily, Father started out by talking about the two different ways that the saints are symbolically represented. St. Paul with the Bible and the sword, and St. Peter with the keys. And then he went on to talk about something else, but my mind stayed and got stuck and fixated kind of on the keys. And I was thinking about St. Peter and his keys, these keys which were the church, and that heavy responsibility that carried. Back in the early 2000s, our small church was looking for a DRE, Director for Religious Education. We were homeschooling at the time. We had 2 young daughters. I had the time. I had girls that my family was going to grow up in these programs, and I had a love for the faith. So I threw my name into the hat. Pastor called me into this office, and he gave me 2 keys. And he said, "Congratulations, you have the job." I can't tell you how excited I was to get these keys. If you watch one of my previous videos, you'll know that I've struggled with issues of self-confidence. And then anytime anybody tasks me with some responsibility, my self-confidence raises a little bit because I know that they trust me with that responsibility. Well, oh my gosh, somebody handing me a set of keys, a key to the church and then a key to the parish center with my office. Oh my gosh, not only do I have my own office, but someone entrusted me with keys and a responsibility. I get them all on my keychain and I kind of rattle everything at them. You see, at the time I would have had my car key, my husband's car key, a huge set of keys for the house. We had barns and sheds and whatnot. And then he handed me 2 keys. So I'm kind of jokingly shaking them in front of him. And I'm like, "I have the keys to the kingdom." And he pulled out his keys and he had 2, one for his truck and one for the church. And he said something like, the person who has the greatest authority has the fewest keys, giving them the greatest freedom. Basically, what he was saying is the person that really holds the authority is able to delegate, and therefore he doesn't need all those keys. So basically, it was a way of saying, you've got an awful lot of responsibility because you don't have the ability to delegate, at least not right now. It didn't matter to me. I had keys. I was so excited. So fast forward 10 years later, we have a new priest, new pastor, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, Kath, we can't afford to pay you anymore. I'll take the keys back." Okay, you can have my keys. So I give him the keys, but a couple of weeks later, God provides as he always does. I was hired for a position at the diocese. I was the coordinator for youth and young adult ministry. So my first day on the job, I go in, and now at the parish, I had 2 keys. At the diocese, I get 3 keys. I got a key to the building, I got a key to my office, and I got a key to, I think it was the secretary's office where their printer was. So I got 3 keys. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I felt like a little kid because remember, I'm associating now responsibility with keys. So it's almost like a little kid. "Oh, like you did such a good job. Here's another key." Or, "Oh, well done. Like we like what you're doing. Key, great job." So now my keychain is getting really loaded. I have my husband's key, my key, a copy of our daughter's car key, all of the house keys, and now 3 keys for my new diocesan position. That's a lot of keys. So many keys that I could not put them in my pocket. Key-wise, it was difficult because I had so many keys. And upon reflection, that truly was commensurate with the amount of responsibility that I had. Not only now was I responsible for I wasn't responsible for a single parish, but I was responsible for helping all of the parishes in the diocese and their directors succeed and train and figure out their jobs and their responsibilities and their relationships. So going from parish to diocesan, that responsibility for me was even greater. Again, represented by the keys. 6 years later, I discerned out of that position and back into parish ministry. Hand those 3 keys back. And now I get 1 key. That 1 key was for our parish and for the school. I was doing work in both. And the responsibility was still very great. It was just different. I was down to fewer keys. One key as far as the job is concerned. We also moved, so I no longer have all of those keys. I have 1 key to this house, and our daughters have moved off, and they have their own vehicles, so I just have my own keys. So I only had the house key, my car key, and my parish key. And now I'm retired. I have 2 keys. That's it. I have a house key, and I have a car key. So I'm remembering back to what my pastor said about that the person who holds the fewest keys has the greatest freedom. And now that I'm retired and only have 2 keys, that idea of freedom is... So, if you're watching this and you have anything to do with youth, if you're ministering to them in any way, coaching, youth ministry, faith formation, CYO, whatever it is that you're doing, please take that responsibility seriously. Take care of yourself. You hold the keys to the young person's heart. You hold the key to unlock their heart so that the Holy Spirit can enter in. So my prayer for you is that you'll take care of yourself, take care of those keys, so that you can take care of those kids. And one day, I hope that you have 2 keys, or fewer.